different level. You won't see nobody like me for like 12 other years. You see what they do all the time. I'm different level. You crazy? You can't even coach my type of style. They style is regular. I gave him crazy work. Crazy work. Crazy work. And then look, and the dudes you kept getting all this love to, crazy work. Crazy work. Don't ever try me. Ever.
Let me go.
This sounds so easy. It's like some man. He's tripping.
Hold on, let me ask you a question.
Check his drink. He's tripping.
Boom, the world class.
I gotta find it real quick. Let me see. I don't hear you hitting the panel, nigga. I really don't. It's your fault. Everything that's about to happen is your fault. I just want you to make sure you clear on that. Like, it's just your fault. I don't know why I'm putting shit everywhere. Shout out to Big Mike. He did a live yesterday. Shout out to Jess J. Was on both of their lives yesterday. Go check them out when you're done watching this. Leave a comment in the comment section about what you learned today. Part 2 will be coming up. We're gonna do the I don't know if it was pre or post pedal. I can't remember. I don't know. I can't remember. Give me 1 second. I'm looking for this video because of CJ. Because I don't want to pull it up on the I don't want to pull it up on a browser. I want to use a file. Un momento.
When was the last time you did a proper?
It's the alphabet. I got so many fucking files. It's fucking retarded. I don't need none of those. I don't even know I put the shit. Oh. Dante, 1 second. She said, "Is a world class this pick you using? Were you going for Jesus vibes? He stole your look." Yeah, I mean the nigga futuristic. You know what I'm saying? He got endless ability. So he's saying me. He was like, "Yeah, I want that." So he tried to copy off of me. You know what I'm saying? He wished he was Puerto Rican, but he not. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to be Puerto Rican, but he not. Who's this? Dante? What's going on, Dante?
Oh, what's up, man?
So,
I just stumbled across your page or whatever. I came on the tail end of your commentation. I was just trying to get a feel, or you a red pill dude, or what are you, or do you go with the red pill manosphere shit?
absolutely not.
Oh, okay, yeah, because and you can have a beat, you can have a beef with somebody, or you can have a misunderstanding with somebody, and you still be the same type of person. You know what I mean?
We want to know what commentation is a little bit.
Yeah. So you could have been having some disagreements with the guys you commentating on, but you still could have been a manosphere type dude. You could have been on some red pill shit. So I just wanted to come up. I just want to come up. I'll stop because
manosphere is probably. I mean, I probably would fall into that category because I always help support me. What manosphere is supposed to be? Red pill, no. I'm vegan. We don't do pills around here, so I've always rejected that. And red pill, blue pill, matrix comes from what is her name? Sophia Stewart, a black woman. So I thought that was dumb for them to call themselves that. It was pretty stupid. So you can't be spiting black women using something that she created. So I told them niggas not doing that, but they ain't gonna listen to me because niggas don't like stuff that makes sense. But what was your take from what you heard and you saw?
I really came in on the telltale end of it. So I really can't give you a full concept. I really didn't get a full concept of it. But it was like that's why I came up here. I'm like, well, this dude, he commentated, but I'm like, he just got a particular issue with that type of dude, but he's still with. Does he have is he still practice man? Do he practice Mansfield talking points or what have you, or red pill? That's why I had to come up here.
How do you practice red pill? Like, how do you practice it?
Not practice it, but these guys on here, they regurgitate these red pill talking points, what have you.
They do that everywhere.
Yeah, they do it everywhere.
So it wouldn't be. That's not specific to them.
But do you think the manosphere will concentrate on black man issues and what can help black man? It will. You think it'll be very beneficial?
Ask your question a little more clear. You said, "Do I think they do, or do I think they?"
Oh,
should?
sorry about that.
Huh.
Do you think the manosphere should have studied? Excuse me. Do you think the manosphere should have concentrate more on concentrating on black male issues and what can help black male than just concentrating on women all damn day?
Okay, see that. I don't know if you know podcasts, but I'm much more anal retentive with words than he is. So when you say that they focus on women all day, you have to prove that.
I'm not gonna say all day because I don't look at a lot of these excuse me. I don't look at a lot of these dudes channels, what have you. But I know they do talk about a lot of women a lot. They do concentrate on women more than just black man issues.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so what would be wrong with them talking about women? Because last I checked, we don't live on this planet without them. So wouldn't they have a problem?
But it's a way though, man. This is the way you come about it though.
I agree with that.
Defeated.
Yeah, you gotta explain that as soon as we haven't done this, because that shit you talk about is bullshit. What you talk about? So, what would be enough? Like, what would be okay for them to bring up when it comes to a woman to you?
I mean, it's like this. It's if you want to come on and air out your grievance or what have you, with your past relationships or what have you, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's being stagnant on the same. It's just being stagnant with it. You know what I mean? How many lives do you need to get something off your chest? To vent something off your chest.
So one person shouldn't talk about it a lot. That's what you're saying?
One person, shit. A whole gang of them shouldn't. Even though I consider the space a minority, I consider the red pill space a minority. Mm-hmm. But still, I mean, it's like live after live after live on some of these dudes' channels. It's just about women, what women do, what women done, what women is.
Who do you watch, bro?
I come across quite a few, like you say, shit, Edward Anderson, Obsidian Ass, Green Gorilla, what have you. I really don't watch Angry Man too much, but I came across quite a few with Roger Report. I came across quite a few of them.
Okay. So after they done, let's say you get that. Let's say they just stop complaining about women and they only focus on men and helping men, right? You get that, right?
Yeah.
Would you have the same energy for the women that's calling them bandits and a woman that's saying that the babies?
I'm an equal. I'll spit it down the line. I'm an equal opportunist. I don't cater to nobody. You know what I mean? Because they just as full of shit, just as well as the man is. They don't want to take accountability just as well as the man that's on here pointing fingers. Both of them pointing fingers when they should be pointing fingers at themselves and concentrating on their own shit.
Hey, Love, see, this is hilarious.
So this is, right now, the world class is being defeated again.
Well, that's crazy. Okay. Just because he don't want to fucking. There's something wrong with his phone. It's not working good. We'll get back with him later.
God damn.
When was the last time you did a proper?
So let's say you have that, because we hear this a lot in these spaces. These people need to stop complaining about women. Those people need to stop complaining about niggas. When do we stop worrying about their complaining and focus on what they're saying?
You said we need to when Repeat that again for me, brother.
When do we stop focusing on whether they're complaining and focus on what they're actually saying? Both sides. When does that start? When does active listening take precedent over our intake of this content? When do we actually get to process the things that the women are saying and the things that the men are saying?
I say when they stop having biased opinions and just stop leaning on one side, that's blaming the other side for majority of the problems that ail black people in general.
So if it's a woman that got her ass whipped by a man, wouldn't her perspective be biased?
Probably would. It probably would.
Wouldn't it be fair for her perspective to be biased?
No, it wouldn't, because I can't. If a woman got an attitude with me as in a store, and I went to the store and the cashier had a bad attitude, I'm not going to take that on all women. All women don't have attitudes. I'm not going to say the collective of black women have bad attitudes. I'm not going to say that.
Well, we're not talking about a scenario. We're talking about a perspective at this point. So she got beat up, and so now she hate men. So she get online and hop on a Cynthia G panel or a Princella panel. Wouldn't it make sense for her to be biased? And shouldn't she get her story out?
Look here.
But that makes sense.
I wouldn't have no problem with her getting her grievance and vetting it off her chest. But
so wouldn't it be? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
As far as just her just being stagnant in her trauma, no, I don't agree with that.
Well, obviously, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. But in the same instance, if you had a man to the equivalent, wouldn't it be fine for him to complain as well? If he had some family court issues, problem with his child, something that a female was causing him, wouldn't it be equal?
I would have the same thing. I would have the same opinion as the woman got her ass whooped and don't want to get out of, don't want to do nothing to fix her trauma.
So my only pushback is your take of people being silenced. I think the problem is that people are silent. People are not getting it out. And although at whatever age you are, you may have felt like you heard enough for your own 2 ears, these things are still happening every day. You may have heard enough manosphere talking points, but these things that they're complaining about are happening to new people every day. When I'm done this live, irrespective of how many people were watching it, it's going to show hundreds of views. A lot of them people more than likely just came by my channel for the first time. They don't know who I am, right? So that's the same for Edward Anderson. That's the same for Minister Jap or some of these other people. Some of these guys they're putting their eyes on these channels versus putting their hands on these women. These things are a distraction and an assistance for a specific type of person at a specific type of time. But to your point, granted, the stagnation is an issue, and people do need to get better in terms of processing people's, helping people with self-development. But these places are outlet. So I'm opposed to a lot of the man bashing places, but at the same time, it's women in the chat. I've talked to a couple of these women in the chat who've been beat up by men, right? Who've been hurt by men. So it would make sense for her to have that perspective, right? It would make sense for her to look at men like, y'all, fuck y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? So all I do is be the best I can to not be an asshole, engage with them, have conversations, and enough of the women in the space are willing to have a conversation with me. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the only thing we can do, solely because I'm listening to what they're saying. I'm looking at what they're typing to be able to assess and process the information that's coming in versus just, they need to stop talking. They need to stop talking. I don't want people to stop talking. I want people to make sense when they talk and get better at communicating. And I think this allows for that to happen. I was asked recently, do I think it's helping? I do, because I think people will slowly get better at explaining themselves and see other people explain themselves at a higher level and be able to convey what they're dealing with privately. It's like my mentor told me, all you are is who you are when no one's looking. So I get what you're saying. I think people have, but just from COVID setting in, I think people are learning how to express themselves better. I think we're starting to flush out a lot of the fake talking points, and I think more of it needs to happen. In fact, more lives need to happen, and more people need to participate from the chat and be in these conversations, get a perspective, and let people hear. I come from a channel. My entry to this space was a channel called Mr. Palmer. Shout out to Couch Game, And I watch young man after 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 young man get up and express themselves on how they was feeling, and brothers embraced them, keeping them from jumping off the ledge, right? And I'm like, I see the need for what he's doing. Now, I be much removed. I've been a member on that channel for 26 months. And I kind of like move out the way because it's time for the new breed to come in. These young dudes don't know. But one of the common things is they realize they're not by themselves. So I'm making an argument for both sides, even though I'm not on both sides. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the side of what's true, and what's true is, and I support these women, like Love seeing the chat, my reading chat. A lot of these married women need to be heard more to help these women behave better. Like Kevin Samuels was doing. I thought we were having these conversations for women to get on a certain page and they can fix themselves, and men, we can go over here and we can fix ourselves. So I call out the niggas profusely, and if it's a chick, I'll call out, but I usually don't do no videos about no chick. These niggas, I will hold them accountable, because that's what I'm supposed to do, and I think the women are supposed to hold them accountable, themselves accountable. Maybe from the culture I'm from, but that's just how I rock. But I don't hate manosphere. I have an entire community and culture that I come from that already encompasses their talking points. I'm from the Morris Science Temple of America. I'm in the Morris community. That perspective that they have in the manosphere, we have that within our community too. So that's why I say no. Not that but if you bring up particular points, yeah. If you bring up facts and stats, yeah, I'm with that. Things that are true. I'm not with rhetoric and banter and dumb shit. Shout out to Cheeky. But that's just my perspective.
I agree. Makes sense.
And I think that's all we ask. CJ, get the fuck back up here, nigga. After all that, right? Let's go. Yeah, so this show was about I don't know if you know Fatty and them.
Yeah, I know Fatty, or what have you.
Yeah, I created them. So we were debating on I created Unfuckables. Because we were debating on BEANZ channel a year ago, and Fatty made a claim that I'm not a good debater, and I watched him podcast and Darrell, but I didn't put that in this video, and Ali all at one time. So I was showing that. Been showing how dangerous Fatty really is to the space, because he betrayed podcasts. When podcast gave him a show, he betrayed Island Q Girl. He betrayed JP, and he was on Anton Daniels' platform snapping on him. So he grabs off these people's channel like a virus and then beefs with them. And it's just despicable. And when I see him in the podcast, I've been done with him since. So from that situation, he goes on to say that he would fuck a 12-year-old. He was asked if he would fuck a 12-year-old, and he said absolutely. So he's been hurt about that, and rightfully so. So there's that.
Oh no, baby, what is you doing?
I know damn well you ain't been watching it this long and ain't hit that like button.
You son of a bitch. Going right for the jugular, aren't you?
And hit the like button before we buy something.
What's going on?
Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. Hit that little red button and consider becoming a member.
Why not? Why? Haven't you heard what they say about me? I'm a degenerate fucking animal.
Everything not gonna end up on the channel, man. We gonna put stuff in the back, you know, for the people that support the channel. I mean, it's okay, you know. Some people want to be freeloaders. I used to did it. Cash App, IG, link, it will be in the description. Also the email, find something you want me to react to, man, hit me up in the email. Now let's get back to the video. Appreciate you.
Yeah, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I might have to binge watch a lot of your some of your videos to get more of a concept of you, brother.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's understandable.
Yeah. I subscribe to you too, man.
I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you coming through. Please share, tell a friend to tell a friend, like my guy Ham says. Moderate. You got a lot of content creators that's in the chat, that's been in the chat. Check them out too. And yeah, I definitely appreciate you coming up. Unless you got something else you want to say.
Like I say, I didn't really know who you was because you was in my algorithm.
Mhm.
And when I clicked on, I was really at the very tail end of your commentary.
Yeah, I would definitely urge you watch this whole show. This was a masterpiece. I got more of these coming, and yeah, I'm calling out fuck shit behavior and dangerous behavior. Like I said, I come from a whole different perspective, and when I see certain type of behavior, I call it out, men and women. And you asked me manosphere, sisterhood type of shit. We talked about that, but I always put children first. I'm pro children first. They don't have a voice in any of these conversations. I make sure they have one through me, so I bring them up. I was just talking about niggas deleting their children earlier in this stream, and that's a position I take. Absolutely unique. There's nobody. I don't steal nobody's talking points. Really, nobody can steal mine because mine is back with research, and people don't have to research and information. So I'm one of a kind. I'm one of the only people in this space to build that channel from thin air.
Because I hear it from both sides. I hear the men say the women don't hold enough women accountable, and the women vice versa. They say the same thing.
That's true.
What have you? But I'm like, what about the women that's on here that's putting in the work? You know, you got very few. You got a pretty much a good handful of women that's on here holding other women accountable.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
why. Yeah. And the guys, you got the guys doing the same thing. You know what I mean? No matter how much they be called a pimp or a panda or what have you, they do the same thing. So, you know, women catch the heat from the women on their side, and men catch the heat from on their side. So
you got she just commented. You got Brittany B, who hold everybody accountable. You got Mrs. She Said. You have Mona D. You have Marshawn Denise. You have Bella Rings, Red Lipstick Bobs, Lucky Marie, Courtney Michelle. And I'm not just naming females. I'm naming women that are holding people accountable, that will say something about what a woman is doing, say something about what a man is doing. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, there's more. Shout out to Tough Topics podcast. She one of them. So it's women there. It's women in the space that's been holding people accountable. I'm probably forgetting a few. They probably be like, "You forgot about me?" My girl Dallas D. Shout out to Couch Gang. Come on, it's a lot. You got women that be in the space, don't cause no problems. Brownie Ellie. Oh, she changed it to Lover Girl Brownie. So it's a lot of women in the space. So if the so-called red pillars, MGTOWers, and Manosphere guys, if they wanted their mission accomplished, they would support these channels and send the women that go to their channels over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
So I share their channels all the time. You can go to my community tab. I shared Just J. My bad, Just J. Just J, who be working with me on her channel, or working with me and help me with her channel. Me helping her with her channel, she helping me with my channel. Just people, and I don't even care about the size. It's just be honest. Who cares about that dumb shit? Be honest. You know what I'm saying? Just speak the truth, the best you know it, and keep it pushing, so we can get better. But it's gonna take a minute. It's gonna take a minute for things to get where we want it to be. But if we be honest in conversations, and we support the people that have good intent and is intelligent, I think it's a good thing. Like podcast provided a video for me for this live. He talks about that all the time. Keeping an intellectual standard. I think that's where we can start. But that the doxing shit that's going on has to be called out. Those people got to stop being supported. But people like the drama. That's cool, like the drama. But you have to have some standard where it stops. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dangerous too. That's going overboard. Absolutely. I consider that dangerous and very disrespectful. You very out of pocket. You know, if you can't keep your disagreements or what have your differences on the online, you know, it's just uncalled for. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's how we do over here. Yeah, I don't. My channel is called The World Class because it's just a certain standard that I'm conveying, certain standard of information that I'm conveying. On my channel, like I said, I'm a Moorish American, but you don't see a bunch of Noble Drew Ali Moorish stuff through this channel because it's general. This is just a person trying to meet people at their level and talk about stuff that I know is important, irrespective of the trends. I don't do trends. I ain't do a bunch of collabs. I ain't graphing off nobody's channel. I've never done that. I just supported people that I think are dope. Shout out to Hank. Shout out to the Seds. Shout out to Podcast. Shout out to Tommy B. Whenever the fuck he started his channel. My guy CJ, Tez the Five, Big Mike, Black Man Unfiltered, Sir Hale Speaks, just the young kid. What's the kid name? Oh damn, Cheeky Banner. The fuck? Shout out to Cheeky, Sherelle, Lucky, Brittany B. Whenever she is in the OAL sphere, which I don't know how that works, but she be here, but she don't. So
okay.
Yeah, I just deal with dope ass people. My guy, Critically Drinking, Arshawn, dope content creator, very bringing fresh stuff, new things. And I'm shout out my people that I rock with in this space. And then, like I said, this year we've established our own little circle, and I'm proud of it. And Hamp, shout out to Hamp. Gotta go, please go subscribe to This Must Be Risky. Go to subscribe to everybody name. This Must Be Risky. And yeah.
I want to ask you a question. I've been seeing Tommy Sotomayor being on different panels now. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think he still holds any credibility to speak on and chastise black women?
Absolutely not.
Okay, and and my feelings the same.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you why. Why do you think so?
There's literally nothing that he complains about them that he doesn't do in real time, and he distracts from the conversation. Now, at the same time, he says a lot of stuff that's accurate about them. Their motherhood. When it comes to black females, I talk about how they beat children. They'll get online, talk about a nigga will beat them. Like, you'll find my criticisms is harsh both ways. Pause. They'll complain about men beating them and mistreating them, but they do it to their children. And then I see the people that's pro-black woman, y'all don't ever open y'all mouth and talk about that. And that shit irritates the fucking shit about. That shit irritates me. Because like I said before, I'm pro-children first, because they the only ones with no voice. So Tommy bringing up how the horrible results that come from black motherhood that needs to be pointed out. You would think if they cared about it as much as they say they did, when you see the results, they would be appalled and go to fix it. And that's not what they do. They defend it. And that shit is fucking irritating and disrespectful. The child deletion numbers is through the roof. The child abuse numbers is obscene. The only child to get abused more than our children is Native Americans. So that's that part. So he's right about that. But everything outside of that, I think is garbage. And I don't think he's qualified to talk about it. He distracts from the conversation.
And his actions is hypocritical and contradiction too, because it's like he talks about the same. He practically he engaged with the same type of women that he complains about and critiques.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. You funding the same bitches you talking about. It was a stupid nigga named Mr. Goodbread doing the same shit. He don't like the modern woman, but he'll go to the club and tip the strippers that he said is modern women. That shit don't make no sense.
Yeah,
that shit dumb as shit. I don't go to the strip club. One, because I don't have to. But I'm not going. I don't fund the chicks that I'm talking about. I'm not talking to a chick that think it's okay to be killing children and beating children. I'm talking to a bitch that beat her child. I don't beat my son. My son's 7. I've never beat him not one time. You understand? So you got to stand on something. I just don't understand that concept. You pay for pussy, but you're gonna talk about how degenerate they are, but you'll help finance it. That's a stupid motherfucker.
Weird, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and people, but then you have people like yourself that's like, yeah, let's get away from these manosphere niggas, because of niggas like Angry Man, because of niggas like Tommy, because of niggas like Obsidian that distract from the conversation with stupid shit, their ineptitudes and incoherence. You know what I'm saying? Like that is the point of calling them out and moving in a new wave of people that can actually make the argument and put some credible levels behind it, credible positions and arguments behind it. This is why them same niggas I mentioned, have a problem with Kevin Samuels. Not Obsidian so much as Angry Man and Tommy, because he came in and he provided a better argument than they did, better aesthetics than they did, more professional than they did. He was still mean and vicious, according to the women. Nonetheless, it was still palatable. It was better. So instead of bigging him up, these bitch ass niggas not so much angry man. Let me be clear, because I haven't heard him say that. But Tommy specifically, which I have a fucking problem with, I think he has said he has been disrespectful to Kevin Samuels dying. I'm like, you about men, but you have a problem with the nigga that took it to where it needed to be, or where you thought it needed to be, to the point where you'll disrespect this nigga talking about he's smoking on Kevin Samuels, some shit like that. I'm like, bro, what type of shit are you on? So my response to that nigga is what? When he was alive, you couldn't do shit with him. He cooked you and dog walked your weak ass while you were alive. So don't sit and talk shit about him while he's dead. You couldn't beat him while he was breathing, then he got you beat for eternity. And ain't a motherfucking thing you can do about it. I don't like disrespectful bitch ass niggas like that. It's weird as fuck to see him and Angry Man supposed to be the founders, but they panel hopping like a new YouTuber, hollering at chicks that don't. One's married, the other one is supposed to be having so many bitches, but you so eager to hop on the internet and cuss out chicks that ain't doing shit to you. Now, it's a lot of chicks that be on this panel. It's more than enough chicks that be on these panels and be assholes. But the way that they go about it is it's weird. I was on this might be risky with Dana. I don't know, you don't know her, but her mouth is crazy. She said a comment to me that I'm ugly. All I said back to her was, I said, ma'am, you're a 5. And we were done. That didn't cause for me to call her a bitch. I'd have to holler and scream. Hey, Courtney, what's going on, pretty girl? Got my baby. I was talking about her earlier. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of women in this space that's going to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Oh, honey bunny, what's going on? She said, totally agree. Things get hella unproductive when Tommy joins the panel. Definitely a distraction. Yes, this shit is annoying as fuck. My baby then came through. What's going on, that baby? Some of the women I was mentioning. So we can definitely we have the maturity, we have the opportunity and the talent in this space, even with the people in this chat, to not just build businesses, build YouTube businesses, build media businesses, but actually make a difference. So I think this year, people are going to be focused on doing that. I think a lot of us in this space, Courtney, Michelle, Lucky Marie, I think Tommy B too. Definitely Cheeky. Well, shout out. Definitely need to be doing more blogs. I think that's the move. I intend to do blogs with my son and start a show with my son, because I'm only on YouTube because of my son. I'm not on YouTube for nobody else. Because I was editing a video, and he walked in like when COVID started. He said, "Daddy, what you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm making this video for YouTube." He said, "I want to do YouTube." And I said, "Okay." So I started to learn how to edit. I made him a couple first videos. He loved it. We haven't recorded that much, but I think it's cool that we waited, because the content that he watches, I think we can reproduce it, at least the vlog stuff, and he can do a gaming channel and stuff like that. He's awesome. Gives me no problem. So I also, from that, once I got in these conversations, I'm like, I don't want my son to be able to say, you just sat around, you ain't do shit. I see things is wrong and I call it out. Go ahead.
I got another question for you. What do you think about married men that get on here and go in on black women? They go in on black women when they're a married man. But what do you, you got Angry Man and you got Antoine. With what I say, the same, one and the same.
Remember, go ahead. No, finish it.
No, go on, brother.
Yeah, you remember when I said, when are we going to focus on what they're saying? I think it's time to dial into what they're saying. If you have a married man and he's going on a so-called black woman or women in general, what is he saying? Is what he's saying true, or is it untrue? If it's true, then we can go forward. If it's untrue, then why are you? Then you're. What word is it? I don't want to misquote you. I don't want to put that on you. But when they're online, married, so-called attack women, or going at women, or their talking points is directed at the negativity, and I like the negativity of women, and it's wrong, nigga, what you on? Why are you doing that? Like, my problem with Angry Man is, you got a chapter in your book that say, don't deal with single mothers when your wife is a single mother, and your wife that's a single mother that was a single mother that you still with now, she was holding you down for you to be what you are today, for you to then tell niggas not to do what you did to get there, and then tell them that they broke, but you don't want them to do the thing that you did to get there. It's just stupid to me. And if it's wrong to deal with them, why you still with that chick that you married with now? So how can you benefit from something and tell somebody don't do it?
Yeah, I got
but hold on. What I just said just now, if our people were ready, he wouldn't have a career because you have no integrity at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way in hell that you make sense at this point. But this is what we do. And that's outside of the fact that we had a problem. Me and him had a problem because you always being disrespectful to the men you saying you help. And Anton is no different. Now he don't got no book saying don't deal with single mothers. But you saying you want to help men, but you disrespecting them every opportunity you get a chance. That shit's stupid as shit. It's dumb.
It's like you say, no integrity. You gotta stand standing on nothing.
Now I got a pro and con with that question. And I plead guilty. First, I'll throw myself in the dust pit because I am dusty myself. I'll never say I'll meet all the standards. Look at me. I would never do that. I got dust just like everybody else does. But there's the message that's given, when it's given, how it's given, and then there's what's received. Partially, you can say, hey, you're not hearing what it is that I'm saying. The message isn't received. But if you gave a message and someone received it off of what they saw, off of what you said, there is still a responsibility. Meaning, you click a link at 326 and all you hear is, whoa, bliggity black women's ain't nothing because they black. 438, you click, black women, bliggity black. 5 is the same thing. You're going to, okay, look, is this what we're doing? Married people beating up on the black. Man, these single people, these people ain't nothing. That's what you heard, but it's what they said. So meaning, because they're saying it, and that's what people are hearing, then yes, it's married people beating up on black, because they could have said something different. It could have been, hey man, I got the best life of the man. I love me some black. Look at these beautiful black princess, mother, queen, goddesses. And showing the good side where people can say, that's what I want. Then you'll see a bunch of 25, 30, 35-year-old women and men saying, hey, we want some of that. Coming to follow, because just be real, people want to play on a winning team. But yes, I do have to say, because I was listening earlier, some of the stuff that you said, some people may be listening for the first time and need to hear about the calling out. I've been hearing stuff for 2 years. So I'm just hearing stuff like, all right, this is really what we're doing. Those are my ears. Mine are different. Somebody else may hear something else. I'm leaning towards the side. If I had to pick a side, yeah, they beating up on the people and it's just doom gloom. All the wins, the women's. That's what I would say. So I don't know.
I think, again, I bring up constantly that the problem that we have as people is we're consumers. We don't think like humans. We think like consumers. We'll get up on panels to talk about what we're tired of hearing about. Nobody give a fuck if you're tired of hearing about. If this shit's still happening in life, it still needs remedy. You could be as tired as you are of what you eat. It's a motherfucker still starving. Could be 2 blocks from you. We got to get out of this consumer mentality. Your palate is not the only palate that matters. Now, you watching the video, granted, you can comment it. The comment is there for you. The comment section is there for you to comment. The panels are here for you to come up and participate in the panel, but you got to, like you said, you're just a person that have watched it for 2 years. Somebody that came through my channel, this live, it probably probably their first week or their first month or their first day seeing this channel. Now, whether it's this channel or some extreme channel, blue pill, red pill, whatever the fuck you want to call it, extremists, this is their first time. So we have to, that's been here, got to be cognizant that these people coming behind us haven't seen this and stop spoiling it for them. At the same time, educating them where they come. Because then what you do, like when you're sitting up there and you're saying what you're saying, even when I'm saying what I'm saying, like these niggas is da-da-da-da, we are making an impression on them and with our own shit. Like we have our disease or a virus and I come and I touch you. You know what I'm saying? And you come and you touch them. They don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like
go ahead.
So we got to just be, my thing is we just have to be careful in what we're saying. And that's why, to Dante's question, I'm like, my response is, okay, what are they saying? Can we get to the part where we're processing what it said and asking questions? Because this is a conversation we'd be having up here. This is the business of conversations. Why don't we get better at conversations? Like I say, we're saying once we start talking about talking, the conversation is over. It's time to stop because we don't have the skills and we don't have the people that are compatible. You know what I mean? So that's my viewpoint.
Conversation, active listening, conversation, and communication is an actual very skill. It's actually the most important one. The most common thing that we do as people is communicate. Why are marriages even failing? The number one reason is communication. Why are people fighting and killing each other? Communication. And most of it is feeling based, though people hate hearing about feelings. 80% at least is feeling based. And people don't listen to feel, listen to understand. And people have communication damn near disorders. If you'd have heard me talk 5-10 years ago, I'm like, man, get this dude off my damn panel. I need to work. So let's be real, I'm still working on it. But the thing being, this is just what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. If 94.6% of the conversation, look at them peoples, expect more people to come and more people are coming. All right, I'm gonna say it better. If people are starving, but most of the conversation is about starvation, and there's only 6 panels hidden in the woods talking about how to eat fruit and vegetables. Right. Only 6. And then the people who hear the starvation get to the point where they beat up on the people talking about eating a sandwich or eating a fruit, then okay, there's a problem. That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Now that's what I'm observing over 2 years. I don't even know what a simp is anymore. If you like a woman, you got to be homosexual to not even be a simp. That's how bad it's got. So when it comes like, hey, let's talk about the positive sides of women. Me personally, I love me some women. Shout out to all the women's in the chat. Not women, but I love me some women's. So if your man ain't loving you right. But anyway, when you had a conversation, when you try to say some of the whatever, now here comes all this stuff. And a lot of people who are saying it got it from the panels. They're not even living that in real life. Yeah. I just mentioned one day, this one I knew was out of control. I think I was talking about a police officer I used to date. And once I said police officer and female, whoa, masculine 50-50, baby simp, beta pander. She was very feminine and soft. She did what she did as a job. She came home and she was a nice, sweet, loving woman. That's the truth, but there's so much junk from the talking. Like this stuff goes in the subconscious mind. Absolutely. It just comes out as Russell Wilson, simp, beta pander, Keke Palmer. You don't know Keke Palmer. You don't know Russell Wilson. I wanted to know. Hey, that's my friend's first cousin. I could find out what's going on. But I'm just saying.
Hold on. What? I want to with. Hold on 1 second. One second.
The champ is here. All right. I'm sorry. I got lost in a train of thought of just all that goodness I just heard.
Washed. Like we weren't supposed to come up with something this clean. You know, like something happened.
We didn't do this because we like you. We did this because we are you.
Boom, the world class.